evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Chopbox Series. Today, I've got another trailer reaction. And I know it's been a long while since we've reacted to a trailer. The last one I reacted to, I believe, was Obi-Wan Kenobi, if I'm not mistaken. But today, we're going to be reacting to Amazon Prime's Rings of Power series, and I've been talking about this for the longest amongst my friends and other people that I talk to on my own time. For people that don't know, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I love Lord of the Rings. Anything that Tolkien writes or created is amazing, in my opinion. I love the original books. I like the original series that they adapted into film, obviously, like the Lord of the Rings series. That was amazing. I've watched that countless of times. The Hobbit series even was pretty good in my opinion. I've watched that countless of times. But without further ado, we're gonna get into this trailer. We're gonna break down everything that we see and go frame by frame after we watch the whole trailer. So if you want to fast forward to that, if you've seen the trailer already, you don't care for the reaction, you want to see the breakdown, then skip ahead because there will be a timestamp below for that reason. But with that said, let's hop into this trailer and hopefully this thing is amazing. Here we go.
We thought the war at last.
Oh my god, that looks so sick. And is that supposed to be the Mound of Tears? I'm sorry, I'm bad with names if I'm not exact. But I remember the battle in the first.
Our joys would be unending. We thought
We'll break it down after. We'll break it down after.
Would never dim.
The skies are strange.
It looks good though.
It is here, Galadriel. The moment we feared.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm already getting goosebumps, baby. This looks so good.
Evil does not sleep.
Oof. Look at this. Goosebumps, man. Chills.
Beyond the darkness, tempting shadow to bury us all.
Oh my god, this looks so sick. And this takes place in the Second Age, if I'm not mistaken.
Many.
But it seems to me there's a couple things from the First Age that they're still talking about and depicting here. Are they talking about Sauron too, bro? Are they actually gonna show Sauron? Nah, I want to see his fair form, like his actual other form, where he looks like more like a human. Oh my god, that looks so sick.
If the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all.
Woo!
Find the light, and the shadow will not find you.
I'm so happy this looks so good. Oh my god.
We can survive this. Fight with me.
Each of us must decide who we shall be.
Oh my god, there's so many things to break down here. Yo.
Hammer and rock.
Ah, I can't, dude. I'm getting chills. This looks so good. Nah, son. We're reacting to this. I still have chills, like no joke. This whole trailer, I've been having chills.
I've been told many lies of Middle Earth.
Yes, sir. Let's go. You already know, September 2nd, baby. Woo! You know we're just gonna freaking go crazy on this series. And the Balrog, bro! That looks sick, dude. Oh my god, dude. I'm fanboying too hard, bro. That was something else. That is what I want to see, baby. Like, no joke. I won't even lie to you. A lot of realistic shows, I guess you could say, because I do watch a lot of anime and a lot of animated shows to begin with on this channel. But what I can say already is this looks so freaking promising to me. And after having all these other realistic shows that are pretty subpar or just bad in general or cheesy, This I actually am looking forward to. Like, sure, there's a couple other shows that I've watched on my own time that were decent. You know, we had Stranger Things, that's decent. You know, everybody likes some Stranger Things. I watched Better Call Saul. That was a really good show. I love that show. And there's a lot of other shows out there that are good. But this, finally, I have a ray of light, a ray of hope that I can look forward to and just pray to God that it's good, because, oh my God, I'm so tired of having half-assed games and freaking shows. But overall, if I had to rate this trailer, you know, I don't even have to say it. It's 100 out of 100, bro. This is what I was waiting for. I can't stress that enough. I love this series. I love anything that has to do with Tolkien's universe. I love it. His writing is insanely good. It is amazing. It is one of the best writers ever to exist in the whole history of writers, to be honest. It sounds like a lot to say that, but it's true. But aside from that, we're gonna go back and we are gonna break it down. We're gonna see what we got going on through this trailer, because it was pretty quick. There's a lot of cuts, a lot of snips, and it's only 3 minutes long. So let's go back, let's see what we got and see if we missed anything. All right, so now that we're breaking this down, this first scene where Galadriel places a helmet on this mound of helmets and this whole area is like desolated, right? This, I'm pretty sure, or 90% sure, it is not exactly what I'm going to say it is, but it looks like the Nirnaeth, or the Nirnaeth, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. So basically what it was a battle long ago, the Battle of the Nirnaeth, which I'm probably butchering. And basically what it is this reminds me, at least, of the Hill of Tears, or the Mound of Tears, if you will. And basically it was like a mound of bodies, weapons, and all kinds of stuff after the battle. And it was just a huge mound of that, of dead people and all that. It definitely reminds me of the Nirnaeth. So that's what that gives me vibes of. And then here, I believe this is Elrond, if I'm not mistaken. Which, it's not too bad. I mean, I could see that, you know, not too bad. I can get down with this Elrond. So this looks like Elrond to me. And then we have Galadriel over here and Gil-galad, I believe, right here. And they're placing a golden crown, if you will, on top of her head. We get to this scene where we have Celebrimbor, I believe, Gil-galad. I think we have Galadriel here. I'm not too sure, because like I said, these facing here, these like backs facing toward us, it's hard to tell what these people are or who they are. And then obviously in the left-hand side, we have Durin the Fourth, I believe. And basically who he is he's the fourth king of the dwarves, basically, and yada yada. If you read the freaking books, you know what's up. If you don't like reading books, I recommend going to a channel called Nerd of the Rings, because you go check him out. He does lore videos on Lord of the Rings only, basically, and that's his whole channel. So if you're into like lore videos and you want to see more about that, and you want a better explanation than me, go over to his channel. And then obviously here in this shot, we have the Palantir, which is revealed here. And it looks like Galadriel touches it and then sees the memories from the battle between the elves and orcs, which is what that mound was in the beginning that we saw with the helmets. Because obviously, if I go to this shot here, you can see, try to get a good shot. You can see that there's obviously, this is the large scale battle, there's trees and stuff. This is exactly where it took place at, and you can see the gold armor, you see the orcs and all that. Huge battle. There are better shots, like right here for example. You can see the helmet here, the golden helmets that we saw on that mound. That's exactly the same exact helmet. So that's basically, I guess we're seeing the aftermath from this battle. It'd be cool to have it like unfold completely, because I would really like to see the whole battle in its glory, instead of just like one measly little flashback and then it's done, you know what I mean? I also believe, before we move on from this specific scene, that this is Finrod. And I'm not too sure what battle exactly that they're depicting. I'm not too sure if this is taking place with the Battle of Wrath or not, because I mean, we get a lot of different things here. So I'm pretty sure that's Finrod, and she's mourning the loss of her brother. And obviously you see this dagger here. I don't know if that's the dagger that I think it is, where it mimics the two trees, basically. That's what it was designed based off of. And you can see Galadriel in other trailers with this blade throughout the whole entire trailer, so I'm pretty sure that's the case. Another thing that's interesting about this shot specifically, at least lore-wise, is this looks like this scar is actually a big thing. I think, at least so I remember from the lore, Finrod goes towards Sauron's dungeons, and he on a special mission that he encounters a werewolf at, and I'm assuming that these scratches are from that werewolf, maybe, and obviously that's where he dies. So I'm assuming that's how he died. He died during the battle, and obviously these scratches are probably from the werewolf, which would be very interesting if that's the case. I like that they're doing that, and that they're showing homage to the actual books as well. This is the White Tree of Nemeloth, I believe. I'm sorry if I'm bad with names. I know I'm close, but I just don't know how to pronounce it. And this is the tree from Numenor, basically. That tells me alone we're either going to get a flashback from Numenor, or we're going to get into Numenor, since it does take place in the Second Age. It would be cool to see that depiction, and to also, like I said, see Sauron's fair form and how he corrupted the minds of people. But we get these three figures here, one with like a staff type of thing, one with a dish, and one with an actual, it looks, I don't know if that's a shield or not, but it looks like a knight of some sort, or a soldier. And then right here, we get this guy, which looks like it might, keyword might be, Sauron's fair form. But I don't know if it is or not, because obviously his fair form had long hair. I don't really know what this one, I don't know if this is actually him or not, but that's the only person I can think of, because he doesn't really look familiar to me, or at least so I think. It doesn't really catch my eye. So that might be the case. I'm not too sure again, but it'd be cool if they actually have that though, because at least they will have a fair form of Sauron. That'd be sick. And then obviously we have this whole entire shot of the dwarves and Durin's folk, basically, and we even get Durin the Third in this whole entire shot, which is pretty sick. And he warns Durin the Fourth, his son, about evil lurking beneath them. And aka, if you know the actual lore, there was evil beneath them, aka the Balrog. So a lot of things happen in this. Not only was it the Balrog, but they did have battles between orcs, between this whole entire establishment. And there was a lot of stuff that went on during this time. So it'd be cool to see a couple of those battles unfold. And again, we saw the Balrog at the end, so I have no idea if that's going to be the Balrog from here, or if it's just going to be a different Balrog. I have no idea, but it'd be cool to see all that unfold. So this shot right here, we have Galadriel waking up in a fire, basically, because judging by the actual first shot, if I can even get to it right here, she's waking up covered in ash, because this town is burning, or village is burning. I don't know exactly what village this is, because obviously it's too hard to make out. I doubt it's a dragon. I think it would be more a Balrog, if anything, or just orcs setting stuff on fire. I don't really know. But what really caught my eye is this shot right here. It is a temple that I believe exists in the northern part of Middle-earth. And I believe, don't quote me, I think this might be Morgoth's old temple or castle, which he used to get away from the Valar in the First Age. That's what that reminds me of. And we get a glimpse of this in the story with Galadriel that travels with other elves toward the northern region of Middle-earth. So maybe they discover this, and I don't know what happens after that, but it's pretty cool to see this. The next shot we get here is very interesting, because we have this icy, like, I guess freezing effect that's happening, and it makes out to be a certain type of symbol, if you could see this. So this symbol right here, it looks interesting, because this symbol, if I'm not mistaken, matches the sword that we see in the trailers, or the trailer pictures, that has that little rune inscribed in the middle of it, and it's a broken blade. That's what that reminds me of, and even those swords in general remind me of the ring wraiths a little bit. And then we have this guy who pulls this kid in, which this kid is the one that has the sword in the first place that's broken. So he tells the kid, have you heard of Sauron? And this kid is freaked out, because he doesn't even know what's going on. From what I can gather, I don't think he even knows what the blade is gonna do. And then we also see here, which is very, very, very quick, and you might miss it, but I see that this kid also has a mark. Well, I don't even know why I'm saying kid. His name's Theo. Theo has a mark here, which obviously I don't know what that mark is, but I'm assuming it has to do with the blade itself, maybe, and that's why maybe this guy sees that mark and asks him. That's why he grabs his arm. Hey, I see that mark. Do you know who Sauron is? Because maybe he knows what that mark means. Maybe it has to do with Sauron. I have no idea. But then we cut over to this shot right here where we have this lady who's hiding from an orc, I believe, which looks very creepy because this thing's just creeping up. Just like that. You can see the pointed ears here. And look at that. So you have orcs, of course, obviously. I mean, what's a Lord of the Rings show or movie without orcs? And then you have Theo here again with the blade, of course. And then here, the blade manifests into an actual blade. What this reminds me of, too, also, with this scene playing out and this sword forming, is it kind of faintly reminds you of the Morgul blades. I don't know if you know what the Morgul blades are. For those who don't know what a Morgul is or who Morguls are, basically it was shown in the Lord of the Rings series between the final battle. There was a Morgul that came down and they had a sword on. Basically they fly dragons. They got these big armored like helmets that are like hollow in the inside, and they have these huge blades that are on fire almost. This kind of reminds me of that, especially with the little fiery effects on there. This might be a Morgul blade, and if that's the case, that's pretty interesting, and that's pretty sick. And then here we have an interesting shot with Galadriel once again with all her elves that she traveled with, her group. And this, judging by the outside, looks like the same temple that I was showing earlier, that Morgoth's temple, the old temple. This looks exactly like that. And obviously we get this symbol here on this big anvil. So does this tie in with the Morgul blade or not? I have no idea, but that's what this looks like. So we got this symbol, on this anvil. I can't even talk right. And then we cut over to this other elf who has his sword out. He's ready to go because he hears something's about to attack him. And then we have this big block of ice that just gets thrown at him. And then we get this shot of this Numenorian ship getting absolutely destroyed, completely obliterated. So that is pretty interesting in itself. This might show us the fall of Numenor, maybe. I'm not too sure. And then we have this shot, which is specifically very interesting to me because this looks like Adar, which is the leader of the orcs. And the reason why I say that is because when you play this, all these orcs on the side kneel and kind of bow before him. So is this going to be Adar, the actual leader of the orcs? And if that's the case, that'll be pretty freaking sick to see. And then before my camera dies, we have more shots of Galadriel teaming up with Numenor to battle, I believe, the orcs. And then we got Ariander, which I know I'm butchering, but he's here. He's kicks down some rocks towards some orcs, which look like they're invading his tower. Then we have Galadriel over here charging against the orcs, it looks like, probably going to war with Numenor and Galadriel against the orcs. And then we have the orcs running through the woods, which I assume they're running after Ariander. And then over here, I'm sorry if I'm going fast, I gotta go fast. We got Galadriel running or swimming away from, it looks like a sea serpent, which we've been told that sea serpents are a form of dragon in the world of Lord of the Rings. So that should be what that is, because again, we don't get a lot of aquatic creatures within the lore, so I have no idea what else it could be besides a sea serpent. And then we have Meteor Man, that's what we like to call him, because nobody knows who this guy is yet, but he came down from a meteor earlier. Then we have Ariander, who's here. He stabs a freaking orc, gets pushed off by the orcs into what looks like a trench of some sort. He probably got a battle here because there are chains and stuff all over here. So maybe they throw him into there and they tell him to battle. And then there, quick shot of this town here. This looks like the same village that Galadriel woke up in when it was burning. So I'm assuming maybe when she's here, this whole village goes to crap. Everything burns. And as we can tell from that scepter over there on the right-hand side, it's Numenor here too as well. So things go south. Everything burns to the ground. And she wakes up later to find that that happens. And then we got a very interesting shot here, which I'm assuming, based on the shot alone, that this is indeed Anatar, aka Sauron's fair form. And he's blowing some of that, you know, some of that dark magic, and then tells him you've been told many lies of Middle Earth, which is something that he would say. And then we get a final shot of here. We get Ariander getting grabbed by some trees, which might be dryads. I'm not too sure. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on in this. And then obviously we get the Balrog at the end, which is freaking sick. So we know there's going to be Balrogs. But overall, I did enjoy this trailer. I think it was awesome to break down. I'm super hyped to get into it, like I said, and I cannot wait to react to the series for you guys. Again, it's going to be a wild ride, and if it doesn't work out, I'll probably watch it on my own still, because you know I love Rings of Power. I love anything Lord of the Rings. If I had to rate this, you already know it's going to be a 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. I love this trailer, and I cannot wait for this show to come out. September, ladies and gentlemen, we get this, so, hey, I'm hyped. I hope you guys are hyped too. And if you guys do enjoy breakdowns or any type of trailer reactions like this one, make sure you leave a like, rate, comment, subscribe right now to stay notified for more trailer reactions in the future. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next reaction video. Peace.